Hello, my name is Justine Jones and I am the administrator of the Small Local Business Enterprises program in Richland County. I will share with you today what the eligibility requirements for the program are and also discuss with you what some of the benefits for participating in the program are. In addition, you will hear about what the application process is like, and at the end I'll share with you when the program is expected to launch. So with that, we'll begin. The purpose of this program is to provide a race and gender neutral procurement tool to ensure all segments of our local business community have an equal opportunity to participate in county contracts, including minority and women-owned firms. So by way of background, the ordinance was established back in 2013 to ensure small businesses in Richland County had an equal opportunity to participate in those projects that have been identified in the Transportation Penny Tax Program, as well as on county-wide, non-federally funded contracts. The program was designed by Franklin Lee, one of the country's leading authorities on small minority and women-owned businesses. The program is being developed, administered, and implemented by myself. So County Council heard from small business owners about what some important components of the program include. For example, back in May of 2014, Richland County developed a commercial non-discrimination ordinance, which essentially ensures that all prime contractors that Richland County does business with have a record or history of demonstrating inclusive practices in the past as well as in the present. They also, in May of 2014, implemented a prompt payment ordinance, which was created to ensure that prime as well as subcontractors in our program are paid quickly and in a timely manner once the work has been completed. So the program is still being developed, and therefore there's a special process that was implemented specifically for the program development team, which you may have heard about. On both that program development team as well as on-call engineering and dirt road paving solicitations, we have conducted certifications especially and exclusively for those solicitations. However, the opportunity for other businesses has not been opened up yet and will not be available until this program officially launches. Right now, we are in the process of hiring staff, implementing a diversity management system, and conducting a recruitment campaign prior to the launch. And I'll discuss more about what that diversity management system is about in just a few minutes. So the primary program objectives include fostering a broad-based competition for goods and services, promoting equal business opportunity for all business segments in all industries, and this is an economic development tool which establishes new and locally based sources of supply. Essentially, businesses that have been located in Richland County have paid into this tax. Therefore, our council believe that those very businesses should be the first to benefit from this tax. So, businesses submitting applications for our program must be certified by Richland County. We do not accept certifications from other entities. Businesses must also be willing and able to comply with all provisions of the program, including submitting annual updates and completing the recertification requirements. They must also be independently owned and operated throughout the duration of the program, as well as not be a subsidiary of another business. They cannot dominate in their field of operation, and the firm's gross annual revenues over the last 3 years may not exceed the maximum permitted in their respective industry category. In addition, participants cannot exceed the maximum number of employees. For SLBEs, that's 50. For emerging SLBEs, that's 5. In addition, they agree to comply with the program requirements, which are monitored and enforced by the SLBE division, and they must be located in Richland County at least 1 year before submitting an application to the program. The SLBE division is here to assist small businesses, so we encourage small business owners to come to us to assist in completing the certification process if needed. Now, this is an important component because if a firm has been denied certification, they are not allowed to reapply for a year. So we really want to make sure that firm owners get the applications correct before they submit them. Additional eligibility requirements include firms having a principal place of business in Richland County. So this essentially means that they maintain a company headquarters in Richland County, or they have a physical office in and obtain at least 50% of its overall customers or sales in Richland County. Or the third eligibility criteria is that the firm or the business have a physical office in and has a significant employee presence in Richland County. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what those mean in just a moment. Program definitions. Some of these may be familiar to some of you, but it's an important component to our program, so we want to make sure all firm owners understand what these terms mean. We have prime contractor, who is the vendor or the contractor to whom a purchase order or contract is awarded for purposes of providing goods or services to the county. A subcontractor is any vendor or contractor that is providing goods or services to the prime contractor in furthering the performance under a contract or a purchase order with the county. Both prime as well as subcontractors can be SLBEs in this program. Another big component of our program that we emphasize is commercially useful function. That essentially means that the business or the firm is responsible for the execution of a distinct element of the contract, and that the execution of their responsibility is demonstrated by actually performing, managing, and supervising the work involved. Essentially, this means that the firm is independent and does not need to rely on a prime contractor or any other source for providing the requisite materials or services in order to complete that project. A commercially useful function also means that they perform work that is normal for its business, services, and function. Again, it is not to further subcontract a portion of work that is greater than that expected to be performed in the normal industry practices by a subcontractor. A commercially useful function is not a contractor or subcontractor or supplier who is an extra participant in a transaction, a contract, or a project through which funds are passed in order to obtain the appearance of being a small local business participant. Principal place of business. Again, I mentioned that a couple minutes ago, but by way of definition, it's a location where a firm, one, maintains a company headquarters or a physical office, and two, either obtains at least 50% of its overall customers or sales within Richland County, or three, has a significant employee presence, which essentially means 25% or more of its employees live in Richland County. So good faith efforts. That's where we in Richland County ensure that all of our bidders are complying with goals of making good faith efforts in utilizing SLBEs. And so that's a requirement that we have of all of our prime contractors, that they utilize our SLBEs to the extent they're able. Now moving on to Form R, which is also known as the certification application. This is the application you will complete when you're applying to this program. In order to apply to this program, all components of the application must be completed in its entirety to be processed for certification. That means we cannot accept partial applications or receive applications that do not have the accurate materials attached to it. We do not accept applications electronically right now, but we can receive them either through U.S. mail, or it can be physically delivered to our offices at 2020 Hampton Street, Suite 3064, Columbia, South Carolina 29204. Another requirement or another component to the application process that you can expect is for a site visit to be conducted. Site visits are an essential part of the certification process. Therefore, the owner or managing partner must be present and available to conduct the interview. Some of the items that we'd like to bring to your attention that you might start gathering before the program launches are a professional license, a business license. We look at your tax records for the last 3 years, so that would be 2013, 2012, and 2011 taxes, articles of incorporation, and a limited statement. And what a limited statement is it is an analysis of all of your sales, and through a certified CPA, a determination is made what your highest gross industry category is, and that will identify what your primary industry category is. Now, it can be time-consuming to obtain many of these materials, so we'd like to let you know right now in case you'd like to go ahead and start gathering these documents. Once your application has completed processing, you will receive a notification by U.S. mail, and as a courtesy, we may send you an email which will let you know the status of your application. If you receive a denial letter and you'd like to appeal that denial, you can send your letter to the county administrator's office within 15 days of notification. And there are additional details in the application directing you how to do that. Okay, so business licenses. Just one thing I'll say about business licenses. Unincorporated Richland County, your Richland County business license needs to accompany your application. For those firms that are located outside of Richland County, for example, in the city of Columbia or the town of Arcadia Lakes, Irmo, and other jurisdictions around Richland County, your business license will need to be provided from your respective jurisdiction if it's located outside of unincorporated Richland County. Again, there's more details in the application about that. So compliance. Again, this is another important component of our program, but we want to ensure that all participants in this program understand what the compliance requirements are before they sign up. Essentially, you are agreeing to recertify every 2 years, as well as updating the information related to any change of circumstances in your respective firm. We need to be updated of any change of circumstances at the earliest possible date, but no more than 30 days from the date of the change. And that concludes the presentation for the pre-qualification workshop. If you have an interest in participating in this program or have questions, feel free to contact us at slbe@rcgov.us, or you can call area code 803-576-2130. Thank you.